what up? It is Allie, and today I just wanted to look at the top 5 roguelites slash roguelikes that you can purchase nowadays. Kind of a dying genre for quite a minute. Recently coming back pretty full force with Risk of Rain 2 and Hades, things like that coming out that people are paying attention to. The things that you see on the screen now is kind of what I'm going to be going over for each game, whether it's a roguelike versus a roguelite, the game's description, the critics' ratings, the cost, and my personal experience. So let's get into it. Alright, so here at number 1 is Dead Cells, which is a super dope game. It is a roguelite, with the emphasis on roguelite versus roguelike being that in the LITE version of this genre has a big emphasis on progression. So each run builds into the next. There's different things that can be unlocked and different upgrades to your character that can be rolled over, which is a big emphasis in the light version of roguelites, versus the old school roguelikes, mainly like turn-based, nothing carried over. So as you can see on the screen, these are the different ratings. Very positive, 89% Metacritic, 9.5 IGN, hovering around 98% on Steam, but always overwhelmingly positive. The game's only $25, which is a steal because you can get quite a lot of time out of this game. The way that I kind of always look at games and look at their cost versus like whether they're worth or not is actually I take it into like a work mindset of, say, I just take whatever, I don't even know what the minimum wage is nowadays, but that's typically how I look at it. I think it's $7.50 still. So if I was working making $7.50, what does that take me? 4 hours of work to earn this game, and you're definitely going to get more than 4 hours of playtime out of this for sure. My experience with the game was great. I loved every second of playing this game. The only downside that I could see to playing this game for some people would be that it's the platform style instead of 3D, but if you try it out, I don't think you'll mind it. It's a very good game, lots of stuff to discover. Alright, so at number 2, Gunfire Reborn, another roguelite, taking progress from one game to the next, different unlocks and things like that. This is one that I might be the most excited for out of everything on this list. It's still in early access. The reviews are very positive. The only, reviews that they have are on Steam. It hasn't been full released to everybody, but the Steam ratings are around 93%. It only costs $12, and so far you cannot tell that it is an early access game. It is great. If I were to recommend anybody, a roguelite, if they hadn't played one, they just wanted a cheap one to try out the genre, this is the one that I would pick. It's fantastic, and I'm super excited to see where they go with it. Coming out of early access, when that happens, the different changes that they make, because it is a great first-person shooter roguelite. It's amazing. Couldn't recommend it enough. And at number 3 is Hades, which is a roguelite. Even though they market it as a roguelike, it is not. A lot of companies are doing that nowadays from a marketing standpoint. As far as the reviews go, as you can see, it's incredible. This is the one that's really breathing life into the genre as a whole and capturing everybody's attention, and for good reason. It is great. Haven't played anything quite like it before, and I don't think that I really will play something like it ever again. And at the $25 price point, it's nuts. I'm a huge fan of the Greek mythology type of aspect and the different abilities, different weapons that you can use. The gameplay of it is super fun. It's a big one that I'm sure that you'll hear a lot about from everybody that enjoys anything close to this genre. We'll be talking about this game for a minute. Okay, number 4, Risk of Rain 2. I wrote this one down as roguelike-ish because it's not turn-based, which is, if we're going, true old school roguelike, turn-based is kind of a big aspect in that. So I put roguelike-ish just to make some of those old school guys, not want to kill me. But the reviews are amazing. It is another first-person shooter, randomly generated enemies. It's great. Different characters, different abilities that you can choose at the beginning of the game, roll through. It just went to full release not too long ago, within the past month, which actually, allows you to beat the game. I played it mostly when it was still early access. So at that point in time, you would just go into infinity until you died. So I personally have not experienced the final boss or what that stage looks like, but I can only imagine that it's great. I had so much fun playing this game. And this one, you can team up with 3 of your buddies and go through this, 4-man into these worlds and drop in and try to beat this stuff together. If you have a group of friends and want to get into a roguelike experience specifically, this is probably the number one that I would recommend if you have friends that you want to play with, for sure. Great game. Absolutely great. The reviews are great at a $25 price point. Especially if you have a group of friends that you can play with, you'll get more than enough out of your money with this game. Could not recommend it enough. And last but not least, number 5 is Slay the Spire, which I believe to be, in my opinion, the only true roguelike on the list. Here are the reviews: 89% Metacritic, the 5 out of 5 Common Sense Media, 10 out of 10 on Steam, and all at that $25 price point, which, as you can see, is a pretty common theme among the genre, it looks like. The reason why I would consider this to be the only true roguelike experience is that there's nothing that you're really carrying over. Like, as you play, you can unlock some new cards that are available in the deck, but you still don't start out with those. They're still randomly, obtained throughout each run. You don't actually carry any true progress over. And the game should serve all the people that look for difficulty as well. Many different ways to play. And I personally, I've probably got 200 hours on this game. I love it. It's truly a unique experience and just very good. Highly recommend any of these games on this list. But this one is great as well for something that you can pick up and put down and have a lot of fun with. Alrighty, that is the end. If anybody made it to the end of this video, if you could drop me a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think, subscribe, all that good stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. As well, if you do decide to comment, let me know some other types of videos that would be something that you'd be into watching. Thanks.